Hello friends, I Dr. Niradhar De, faculty member, School of Education, Indira Gandhi National Open University, welcome you all to this video program that is on categorization of knowledge for constituting a discipline. Friends, we are discussing one online course that is understanding disciplines and subject. You know, the online course that is understanding disciplines and subject is one of the core course of IGNOU B.Ed program, which is being taught at the first year of this program. And you all know that the IGNOU B.Ed program is developed as per the NCTE regulations 2014, that is National Council for Teacher Education, which is the regulatory body of Indian teacher education programs. Friends, earlier we have discussed two video programs in this module, and today this is the third video that is on categorization of knowledge for constituting a discipline. Let us go forward. This online course, Understanding Disciplines and Subject, has been designed in 8 different weeks with 6 different modules. So now we are discussing the first module of this course, the module title that is Knowledge and Disciplines. You have already received the PDF content of this module, and in this module 4 video programs that has been developed. First video program, that is Knowledge and Information, then second video program, that is Sources and Ways of Acquiring Knowledge, and the third video program today we are going to discuss, that is Categorization of Knowledge for Constituting a Discipline, and the fourth video program, that is Concept and Characteristics of a Discipline. So friends, in this module, in the earlier 2 video programs, you have already, just to recapitulate, you have already studied that the concept of a knowledge. Then we have also discussed that the concept of data, then concept of information, and how data helps for information and how information helps to get knowledge, to create knowledge, to construct knowledge. And further, we have also discussed in our earlier video, that is the second video, that is the sources and ways of acquiring knowledge, means what are the different sources that we use for acquiring knowledge, okay, the processes of acquiring knowledge also. Relating to this, today in this video, we will discuss about how to categorize the knowledge, and by categorizing the knowledge, how we can constitute a discipline, how we can frame a discipline. So friends, let us go forward to know the detailed content point and the detailed deliberations and the detailed concept that has been addressed in this video program. Let me to say that the learning outcomes of this video programs, what are the bases for categorization of knowledge, how we can categorize the knowledge, then further you will able to understand that how does knowledge categorize for constituting a discipline. Okay, so first of all, you will acquaint yourself the different bases for categorization of knowledge, and further how this knowledge categorized and what are the processes that it follow for constituting a discipline. And I am hopeful that after watching this video, you will achieve these 2 learning outcomes. So friends, let us go forward. So first we will start our discussion on basis for categorization of knowledge. So friends, we can say that knowledge is the sum total of human beings' interaction with the environment, social conditions where they live, and also interactions with themselves. Try to understand. Being a human being, being a person of the society, your interactions are happening with the family, with the society, with your immediate environment where you are living. You are coming in contact with many people, okay? At family, you just remember when you are a child, you are coming in contact with the parents, with the senior member of this family, and you are just grooming yourself. So you can say the initial grooming, the initial learning that you are getting from your family. And further, when you come in contact with the community, with the society, when you involve yourself in different cultural activities, in different social traditions, social custom, and other lifestyle of the society. You might have acquainted yourself during the interaction with the group, with the person, with your friends, with the peers, that you must have learned many things. Okay, and from different social conditions, from physical environment also. You see, as a person, your interaction is happening with the environment where we are living. That's called as our immediate environment. Okay, so what you are doing, you are observing how the things are happening in the society. Okay, you are observing how the things are happening where you are living. So friends, when we talk about the basis for categorization of knowledge, first of all, we can say that knowledge is sum total of all such experiences that you are gathering, your personal experiences, your observations. Okay, so when you are coming in contact with the physical world, with the social world, with the family members, at school, at institutions, with your friend circle, with your colleagues, with your students, with your friends. So friends, you see, knowledge every time, every moment you are getting, you are gathering, you are experiencing certain things which is happening in the society. Okay, so from there you are just developing a base for acquiring knowledge, and you are acquiring knowledge also. You are getting more and more information, you are getting more and more experiences, and further those experiences that help you to understand a concept, to understand a phenomena in a very better way. Further, we can say that it is difficult to unify and group knowledge in one category. If you'll ask me that what type of knowledge can be categorized, I will say that it is very difficult to say, but at the same time, you can say a different, you can say similar nature types of knowledge can be made together for forming a type of academic discipline that we'll discuss further. Then friends, further we can say that different pedagogical approaches that are also used to understand and classify knowledge. Try to understand what are the different pedagogical approaches. You see friends, when we are talking about pedagogical approaches, it means we are talking about the teaching learning process, you can say. Okay, the science of teaching, the science of learning, how children learn, how to teach a subject to the students, how to teach a particular topic to a student. So friends, when we talk about the pedagogical approaches, then I can say that we can take the name of the behaviorist, or you can say behaviorism. Then we can take the name of the pedagogical approach, that is cognitivism. Then the constructivism, which is called as social constructivism. Okay, so friends, when we talk about knowledge and acquisition of knowledge, to classify knowledge and to understand a phenomena, to understand a fact. Okay, so here you are also using certain pedagogical approaches. Okay, so just like you see, we learn many things by using the behaviorism. Okay, the behaviorism school of philosophy, that means every learning is linked with a stimulus and a response. It is, you can say, this is a connection between a stimulus and a response. If you give a stimulus, then the subject will do the response. Either stimulus first or response first, or what you can do. So first you can also tell to the subject that you do certain work, then after completion of this work, then you will get certain things, certain motivation. Okay, so here there is a, you can say, connection between a stimulus and response. You can, being a student of education, you might have understood about the classical conditioning, the operant conditioning, that here learning is a bond between a stimulus and response as per the behaviorism. So by using the behavioristic school of philosophy, or the concept of behaviorism, child gain certain knowledge, that they modify their behavior, they develop their behavior. At the same time, the second pedagogical approach, that also help us to acquire knowledge, that also help us to understand the fact, understand the phenomena, and understand knowledge. Okay, so that you can say, that gives the cognitivist school of philosophy, that gives much importance upon the mental faculties. Okay, the skill, the analysis and synthesis of the fact. Okay, so what we are doing, being a child, being a student, being a teacher, we involve our reasoning, we involve our thinking process. We try to analyze a concept synthetically. We analyze or we do a type of reflective analysis. We develop a type of reflective thinking. Okay, so friends, when we use our mental faculties, our brain, for perceiving certain things, for analyzing certain things, for synthesizing certain things, to interpret certain things and to reach at a conclusion, then we can say that yes, our observation, definitely we are getting certain observation, and basing upon our observation, we are developing certain thinking process. We are just using our mental processes, our mental operations. So friends, by cognitivism, by the school of cognitivism, we can also learn certain things, and that also help us for acquiring knowledge. And further, the another pedagogical approaches which is very much important nowadays, basing upon that approach, that's called as the constructivism, social constructivism. So by using the social constructivism, you will find that the teaching learning process, curriculum, textbook, maybe at the school stage, maybe at the higher education stage, that is being constructed, that is being developed. So friends, try to understand, as per the constructivist approach, you will find that how the earlier experiences, the observation of the learner, of the students can be used in the teaching learning process by the teacher. How to connect the learners in the teaching learning process, how to connect the learners with the curriculum. Okay, so that's why being a teacher, one shouldn't think that the children, the learners, the students who are coming to the campus of the school, coming to the boundary of the school, coming to the classroom, they are coming with many experiences, many life experiences. They are gaining experiences from their home. They are gaining huge experiences from the society, from the community, from the physical world, from the social world where they are living. So that's why how to connect their life experiences in the teaching learning process, in the curriculum, in different activities. So that's why how to make our teaching learning process more learner-centered, not teacher-centered. How teacher will support the learners to explore their own world, to construct their own knowledge, okay, basing upon their prior experiences. So friends, here, when we talk about basis for categorization of knowledge, we should understand about the pedagogical approaches, that how we construct knowledge, then accordingly that may be the base for categorizing knowledge. Then further we can say that it can be classified on the basis of the philosophy of the discipline, forms of knowledge, at the same time, realms of its meaning. Try to understand. Every discipline is having its own philosophy. Every discipline is having a type of nature of knowledge, a forms of knowledge, okay, a realms of meaning of the concept that are being used, that are being included in that discipline. So that's why, friends, the very philosophy of a discipline may be a base for categorizing to form that discipline. What are the different forms of knowledge that are being used for categorizing knowledge to form a discipline? That is also being a part of it. Friends, let us go forward. Further, let me to discuss about different types of knowledge. Okay, we have already discussed the three divisions of knowledge in our earlier video programs: a priori knowledge, posteriori knowledge, and experienced knowledge in our past video. Then today we will discuss about, after the division of knowledge, different types of knowledge, and further these types of knowledge will help you to categorize a type of knowledge for constituting, for framing a type of academic discipline. So we can say that there are three types of knowledge. One is called as the propositional knowledge, and the second is called as procedural knowledge, and the third is called as direct knowledge. So friends, try to understand that what is the concept of a propositional knowledge, what is the concept of procedural knowledge, and what is the concept of direct knowledge. You see, propositional knowledge, the knowledge that is expressed in true statements, that's called as a propositional knowledge, such as, let me to give one example, that propositions of mathematics and physical sciences. The propositions that we use in mathematics and physical sciences. You see, mathematics is based upon reasoning. Mathematics is based upon logical reasoning, our inductive and deductive thinking. Certain scientific principles are used in mathematics. At the same time, when we talk about physical sciences, maybe The disciplines, the specific discipline just like physics, the specific discipline just like chemistry and other biological sciences, you will find that the principle of science, that is a systematic knowledge which is based upon certain experimentation, certain scientific discovery, certain scientific observations, that is included for creating knowledge in physical sciences. So that's why, friends, when we talk about knowledge of mathematics, knowledge of physical sciences, that is related to certain facts, certain evidences, okay, that can be verified, okay. Just like, let me to say two example. One is, let sodium chloride dissolves in water. Whether you can experiment it or not, whether you can test it or not, whether you can verify it or not, yes, friends, you can verify it. You can test it. You can, by doing a type of experiment in your school lab, in your college lab, you can do it. That sodium chloride dissolves in water. Really, whether it is dissolving or not, that you can verify. Okay, so this fact can be verified. Then further you can say metals conduct heat and electricity. This example we have earlier discussed in our earlier video programs. Yes, metals conduct heat and electricity. Tell me whether it is a fact or not. So that can also be verified, that can also be experimented, that can also be tested. So friends, these are the certain synthetic propositions, and which is, you can say, a type of true statement, a true knowledge. Okay, so this is the propositional knowledge. Then further you can say that another analytic proposition, we have discussed about the synthetic proposition which is based upon a fact, and the other is the analytic proposition which is based upon our individual analysis. Our analysis contextualizing to the society, our analysis contextualizing to the things which is happening in our community and society that we observe, in our family also, okay, in the world. Just like here you see, bachelors are unmarried people. You just tell me whether this is a synthetic proposition or an analytic proposition. So friends, this is an analytic proposition, because being a part of this society, being a member of this society, we have observed, and this has been, we have heard such things and we have experienced such things, that is, bachelors are unmarried people, means who has not married are called as the bachelor. So such type of statements are the true statement. We can say this is based upon certain propositions. So that's why it is called as propositional knowledge. You can also set many examples. Further, let us try to understand that what is a procedural knowledge. Procedure, here knowledge of how and how the things happen. If I will ask you the question, how the things are happening, why the things are happening, means it creates many questions in your mind. So you see, the response, your response may be with certain process, with certain procedure. So when we create certain knowledge, when we develop certain knowledge, you will find that a process is involved in it. That means it explains, it gives the answer that how to do the things. So you see, the fact, the principles, the theories, or which is happening in our world, many a time you must have observed, or you might have involved yourself for doing many things. So friends, when we are talking about how the things are happening and you are also doing certain work, then you can say that this is the type of procedural knowledge, because you are adopting certain steps, certain process, certain procedure for doing the things or for creating that knowledge. So that's why it employs the entire method and processes, you can say the method and processes that we follow in different disciplines, in different academic subjects to understand and create knowledge. Okay, so that's why a process for conducting a research, we follow a process. For doing a type of activity, we follow a process. So these are the procedural knowledge, certain steps we follow that can be verifiable and tested. Okay, so every procedural knowledge can be verifiable and can be tested. Then we'll discuss about direct knowledge. So friends, direct knowledge is just like knowledge of a person. Okay, so that experience, the experiences that a person gain in his or her lifetime by engaging himself or herself in the world of work, in the community, in the society, in the family, in school, with media. Okay, So every individual gain certain experiences. So it is very personal in nature, you can say. It is a type of knowledge that a person gains by his or her own experiences. And this type of knowledge is very much subjective in nature, because this is, your experiences, what you are experiencing may be right or may be wrong. It depends upon your perception. It depends upon your thinking process, your understanding, your vision, your reasoning. So friends, direct knowledge that you are gaining from our environment, many a time it is subjective in nature, that we observe in the society, in the community, in the family, and in different, you can say, social institutions. Further, let us go forward to discuss about the domain of human knowledge. If we'll talk about, as per his 1974, you can find out that the basic domains of human knowledge that which is classified or which is discussed by his 1974, that is formal and logical mathematics is one domain of knowledge, human knowledge. Then physical sciences is another domain of human knowledge. Then in human sciences is also another domain of human knowledge. And under human sciences, we can say history, moral understanding, religious knowledge, then philosophy, then aesthetics. So friends, when I talk about formal logic and mathematics, you see what type of logic, what type of reasoning, what type of concept, what type of skills it covers, it included. Because here I am talking about logic, I am talking about mathematics. Further, when I am talking about physical sciences, try to understand. So it involves a type of systematic knowledge, a type of experimental knowledge, a type of, you can say, exploration, scientific exploration, a type of scientific discovery, a type of scientific inquiry. Okay, you see the nature of knowledge which is somehow different from a formal logic and mathematics that is in physical sciences. You can say the nature of knowledge is different. And further, when I talk about human sciences, okay, which deals, you can say, history, the subject or the discipline of history, then moral understanding, most of the social sciences subjects, that what we are doing, we are just involving ourselves to earn certain values, to come across certain practices of values, maybe at home, maybe at society, maybe at the community. Then religious knowledge, we are also involve ourselves in many religious activities. Okay, so from there also we get certain knowledge. Then further we can say philosophy. Philosophy is a very broad area or branch of knowledge. Okay, so you'll find that when you try to understand about philosophy, then you'll find that you can say how the knowledge has developed, the creation, how the knowledge has created, the existence of knowledge. Okay, the concept of epistemology, the concept of metaphysics, the concept of axiology. Okay, so these are the very philosophical things. That means the theory of knowledge we have already discussed in our earlier video. Okay, metaphysics, the theory of knowledge, knowledge discourses. Okay, so how knowledge discourses that happens, what is the science of knowledge? Okay, so when you will study philosophy, you will come across to understand all such concepts about the nature of knowledge, the origin of knowledge, okay, and how knowledge occurs, and further how knowledge, how you can use your knowledge for creating certain new knowledges also, by doing certain research, by doing certain investigation. Then further aesthetics. Okay, for you can say for different humanities subjects, for language and literature, a sense of aesthetics is always required for creating certain literature. Maybe a part of poem, maybe a part of prose, maybe a part of a type of story. Okay, the values of aesthetics, that is also included. So friends, the the domain of human knowledge that I have discussed, you will find that the nature of knowledge, the skill based, is different. That's why on the basis of the above logical structure, you can say, because all are having their own logical structure, central concept it addresses. What central concept which is addressed by logic and mathematics, by physical science, by human sciences like history, moral understanding, religious knowledge, philosophy and aesthetics, and you can say distinctive criteria for validating it, and particular skills and techniques. What are the skills that you gain, that you acquire, that you develop, that you earn from different domains of human knowledge? Okay, skills and techniques. Then different knowledge can be combined or categorized for creating a substantial body of knowledge, and further it helps to constitute a discipline. So friends, a type of logical structure and the central concept that it addresses the domain of human knowledge, then further the skills and competencies, then its distinctive criteria for validating, how to validate it, how to verify it, how to test it. Further, that can be categorized in a particular category for forming a type of knowledge that's called as a substantial body of knowledge that is related to a discipline, and further from that categorizing the knowledge, a type of categorizing a knowledge, a similar type of categorizing knowledge, we can constitute a discipline. So let us try to understand that what are the different disciplines that can be constituted, that can be framed by categorizing of knowledge. So friends, broadly we discuss about 4 disciplines, that is science, social sciences, mathematics and humanities. So I am here telling these 4 disciplines because these 4 disciplines you will find that highly we practice it in our school process. Okay, so these are the part of school curriculum, maybe at the foundational stage, maybe at the middle stage, maybe at the you can say preparatory stage or at the secondary stage. And in higher education also you will find the disciplines that is related to science, social science, mathematics and humanities. So further we will discuss about that how a particular types of knowledge that we can categorize to constitute a discipline of science or a discipline of social science or a discipline of mathematics or a discipline of humanities. So friends, let us go forward. So first let us try to discuss about the constitution of the discipline of science. So what are the different types of knowledge? What are the different types of processes of acquisition of knowledge that we involve for constituting, for framing the discipline of science? Just like here, let me to say that is scientific observation. To understanding science, for creating knowledge relating to science, for constituting a discipline of science, when you are involving yourself in scientific discussions, pursuing certain activities related to science, definitely what you are doing, you are engaging yourself in scientific observations, scientific inquiry, experimentation. You are doing many experiments, maybe at the lab, maybe outside the lab also, maybe related to different subjects, maybe physics, maybe chemistry, maybe biology, that is zoology and botany and other areas of science subjects. So you are involving yourself in different experiments. Then further, you are also involving yourself in scientific discovery. You will find that many theories, many principles, many facts that has been developed by adopting this scientific discovery, by conducting scientific observation, scientific inquiry, scientific exploration, to explore certain new things, scientifically to observe and explore. Then further, scientific innovation. You will find that every day, every moment, you will find new things, new gadget, new appliances that is coming for our use and we are using it. Okay, so this is because of certain innovation, certain these are the findings of certain research. Okay, so nowadays you will find that how social media is working. Okay, so that is also part of a science, how we are doing the programming. Okay, and how information communication technology help us to understand the things in a very better way, to transmit knowledge from one place to another place without no time, without a second. Then further we can say our personal experiences. You will find that our experiences that also further take a shape of scientific knowledge. Okay, so that's why categorizing our personal experiences, then intuition. Many a time you can say that intuition, a sudden flash of the mind, the knowledge that we gather, the knowledge that we get, that also addressed in the discipline of science. Then empiricism, when we are dealing with the numbers, we are analyzing the number, we are synthesizing the number. Okay, and we are developing by analyzing the fact, by using the numbers, So we are just concluding with a theory, with a principle, or with a fact. Okay, then further rationalization. So friends, try to understand different knowledge and its processes that I have included here, that is scientific observation, scientific inquiry, experimentation, scientific discovery, then scientific exploration, scientific innovations, personal experiences, intuition, empiricism and rationalization, all are the part of science. So friends, if you'll just get together of such type of knowledge, such type of processes for acquisition of the knowledge, then definitely we can create a discipline, that is the discipline of science. That means the science discipline that has been constituted, that has been used, which is being used in our schooling at the higher education, that addresses such type of knowledge. How the discipline of social science that has been constituted and what type of knowledge and its processes it addresses. Just like you see, it is somehow different from a discipline of science. It addresses, you can say, a type of knowledge and its processes just like social observation, social inquiry, historical discovery, social exploration, social innovations, narratives, storytelling, socio-personal experiences. So friends, when we talk about social science, it means we are studying about the society, we are studying about the occurrences, we are studying about the happenings of the society. What is the concept of a society, the concept of a culture, how people live in a society, what is social change, what is social mobility, whether the concept of a society is a static concept or is an ever dynamic concept, whether changes are occurring in the society or not. If changes are occurring, then how mobility takes place. Okay, so what are the different types of mobility that occurs in the society? So friends, when we talk about social science, so what we are doing, we are studying history, we are studying political science, we are studying public administration, we are studying sociology, we are studying anthropology, we are studying psychology, we are studying education, and also we are studying other subjects related to social sciences. And you see what type of knowledge and what type of processes that we adopt in the discipline of social science, that is social observation. So what we are doing as a person, as an individual, we observe the things which is going on in the society and we involve ourselves to inquiry certain things in the society, just like how changes are happening in the society. Society is called as an ever dynamic concept. Every time, every moment, certain changes are happening in the society. Then further, what we are doing in science, we involve ourselves scientific exploration, but in social science, what we are doing, we are also explore certain things. We are also involve ourselves to explore certain facts, certain happenings which is going on in the society, but that exploration is called as the social exploration. Okay, then further social innovation. We also do certain new innovations in the society. Okay, so far as our interpersonal relationship is concerned, so far as our group living is concerned. So friend, social innovation, that is also a process to acquire knowledge that works in the discipline of social science. Then narratives. So you must have heard many stories, many narrations, many narratives from the elder member of the society, from the parents, from grandparents, and from other members. So friends, when we talk about a discipline of social science, you will find that it addresses the knowledge and its processes just like a narratives, just like a type of storytelling. You learn, you groom yourself by listening the stories, by listening the narratives. Then further, socio-personal experiences. So what you are gaining, so when you are involving yourself, interacting with others, so what you are doing, you are just experiencing many things, many ideas, many ideologies, many happenings, the visions, the practices of other people, practices of people in different regions. Okay, so that's why friend, when we talk about a discipline of social science, you will find that social observation, social inquiry, historical discovery, social exploration, social innovation, different narratives, storytelling, and socio-cultural experiences, that works as processes to acquire knowledge, and such type of knowledge, if you categorize such type of knowledge, then you can form a discipline that is social science. So when we study social science, we come across to understand such knowledge and the processes. Friends, next we will discuss about the discipline of mathematics. Friends, when we talk about the discipline of mathematics, you see what type of knowledge that we can categorize for forming the discipline of mathematics, and what type of processes that we can follow for acquiring knowledge. Just like problem solving, we highly use the knowledge of problem solving, the processes that is problem solving. We engage ourselves by solving many mathematical problems, and we involve ourselves in inductive reasoning, inductive thinking, then deductive reasoning, deductive thinking. That means one is from particular to general and other is from general to particular. Okay, one is from example to rules and other is from rules to example. Okay, theory to example. One is example to theory, that is inductive, and from theory to example, that is deductive. So friends, when we engage ourselves for solving mathematical problem, you must have observed that what we are doing, we are just by using certain formulas, we solve the problem. Okay, and we also many a time we do a particular things, and after doing many particular things, we conclude it. Okay, so we reach at a rule. So that's why both inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning we follow for constituting a discipline of mathematics. Then further logical reasoning, analytical thinking, synthetic thinking, that is also possible as a process of knowledge for acquisition or for constitution of the discipline of mathematics. Further, discipline of humanities. So the discipline of humanities that addresses certain types of knowledge and its processes, just like creative thinking, storytelling, reflecting, narrating, appreciating, realizing, critical analysis, valuing and characterizing. Try to understand. So when we talk about humanities, the language and literature, we involve ourselves in creating many literature. We involve ourselves to creating certain things, maybe a type of poem, maybe a type of story, maybe a type of narration. Okay, so we involve ourselves telling stories. We learn many things by telling stories, and we also narrate the things. Okay, then further we involve ourselves reflecting. Okay, that further we can say critical analysis. We reflect by critical analysis. We involve ourselves critically. We analyze the creation of great writers, great poet. Appreciation, a skill of appreciation, that also further we develop in the discipline of humanities, and we realize the things, we feel the things. Okay, we feel so happy after going through a type of poem, a type of story. So how it happens? Because this has been included with the discipline of humanities. So friends, when I talk about the constitution of the discipline of humanities, so definitely the knowledge base and the processes of acquisition of knowledge for forming the discipline of humanities are creative thinking, storytelling, reflecting, narrating, appreciating, realizing, critical analysis, and valuing and characterizing. You are also developing certain values. Okay, so that's why you are involving yourself in certain activities. Okay, so friends, these are the certain things that we have discussed today's video program, that we have first discussed about the concept of categorization of knowledge. Then further we discussed that how to categorize different types of knowledge and its processes for forming different broad disciplines, that is to constitute a discipline of science, a discipline of social science, a discipline of mathematics, and a discipline of humanities. Friends, in our next program, further we'll discuss more about the characteristics of a discipline. Thank you.